go.
This is Wheel Cleanup 101. After you've completed your pot, you're going to be removing your pot and placing it either on the cart or in the damp cabinet. Now the cleanup. We want to get the wheel back into shape for the next person using it. And you can see there's a lot of clay, tools, different things here that we want to clean up. Remove your tools by placing them in your bucket, and then you're going to pull the basin apart. This basin comes apart with little clips. Some of the basins come apart in a different way. Some will simply lift off of each other. If you happen to be on this wheel, this basin does not clean up, so the cleanup here is slightly different. So each wheel has a little bit of difference to how you take it apart. After you take it apart, they're going to slide apart, and you'll find that there's water and there could be extra clay in it. Any clay pieces need to go into the buckets, but not the water. The basin and any pieces you can need to go over to the sink, and the excess water goes into the sink, and then you begin cleanup. To clean up, you're probably going to want to get a sponge and plenty of running water and get the clay off of the basin. And you want to get it as clean as you can, because the next person doesn't want to come into the dry, crusty clay. That's difficult to work with. There's going to be no reason that you need to dry this, but you want to get all the clay off. Check surfaces on the back as well. If you get the clay off right away, it's easy to get it off. If you let it dry, leave it for the next person, then it takes a lot of scrubbing. Then I'm going to go back to the wheel with my sponge, and I'm going to clean up the wheel head. Just get the extra clay off of it. It might take a couple of trips with a sponge, depends about how much clay you have on it. If you get this off right away, the next person goes on, they have a nice clean wheel, the bat goes on neatly because there's no clay around the bat pins.
That's the third time you've emphasized that point. That's good.
Then you want to put it back together. I don't require that you clip it together. I think the next person going on it should get it set up for themselves, make sure it's great. Next step, you want to clean out your bucket and your tools. If you let the clay dry on your tools, you're going to be using a tool with a lot of excess texture on it and clay, and it doesn't work as well. So just take a minute and clean the clay off of all the surfaces, all the tools that you've used. Even the bucket. That way, the next time you start, everything's ready to go and you don't have to do a whole lot of prep to begin. And lastly, don't leave clay in the sink. If you've got chunks of clay in the sink, which I don't at this time, you'd want to scoop them out, get them into the garbage can or into the clay bin. But leave this surface nice for the next person using it.